Hi, my name's Jo and I'm one of the vets here at Vets and Pets, and today I wanted to talk to you about heat stroke in dogs. So what signs are we looking out for in dogs that have got heat stroke? They'll be breathing more rapidly and have excessive panting. Their skin can be hot to the touch. They can have excessive drooling. And as things progress, they can start to become quite disorientated and maybe a bit wobbly. And you may also notice that their gums and their tongue become sort of bright red in colour. Dogs don't sweat in the same way that we do. So obviously it's really important as the ambient temperature outside gets hotter that we just take into consideration that heat stroke is much more likely to occur in our dogs. Heat stroke is much more likely to occur in what we call brachycephalic breeds, so our snub-nosed breeds such as your French bulldogs, English bulldogs, and also in longer-haired dogs as well. But also young and very old animals can be more susceptible, or dogs that have got certain medical conditions like cardiac disease or low thyroid levels. So what can you do to prevent heat stroke in your dog? So as it's getting hotter, I would make sure that you're walking your dog either very early in the morning or late at night before the main heat of the day. And just be especially mindful as the humidity starts to increase. One of my other top tips as it starts to get hotter is just to check the temperature of the floor that you're walking on to make sure that the dogs don't burn their pads. Be particularly careful with walking them over hot metal grids as these can get really hot. We're really lucky in Dubai to have lots of fantastic facilities for indoor play, which gives the dogs an opportunity to have social interaction, to get out of the house, and also to get some really good exercise in. It's important that you pay particular attention to how your dog is coping when you're out on walks. So if you're noticing that they're panting excessively, that they're becoming excessively tired and slowing down, then it's probably time to take them back home to a cool AC environment. So what can you do if you think your dog does have a bit of mild heat stroke or has become excessively hot out on a walk? I would move them into a cool, air-conditioned environment and provide them with plenty of fresh water for drinking. You can also consider using a fan to cool them down, or you can sponge cool but not cold water onto them or spray it onto them, particularly on the underside of the belly, which helps to cool them down a little bit quicker. It is very important, however, not to immerse them in cold water, as this can cause shock. Obviously, once they've cooled down sufficiently, it's then important to remove the fans and cooling aids so that they don't become excessively cold. And lastly, if your pet is vomiting or seems disorientated, after you've instituted the cooling measures, it's then important to contact your vet immediately and get some advice. I hope you found these tips helpful, and if you do have any questions on heat stroke or anything else, then feel free to get in touch with us.